What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is the Rapl. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Thor. His name is Suppe. I love it. A very, very different approach here from Suppe. Something we're much more used to seeing. Suppe going in with a Thor, going to be taking on Rapl's Odin here. Now, I did do a tier list at the start, and I said, you know what? Thor is kind of a good pocket pick to have. Because, well, one, if you're an Odin player, that is. If you're an Odin player, Thor is a great pocket pick to have for two reasons. First reason is Thor is great against like Zeus with the Forseti. Like against Zeus and maybe also against, say, Isis or Set, maybe, as a better option than potentially Odin. Maybe. Maybe Odin's better there as well. I don't know. But definitely against Zeus. Thor's got a good option as a pocket pick. But also, Thor's also a very, very interesting pocket pick to use against other Norses in the Norse mirror. In terms of tournament results, the most successful player in the Norse mirror has been Shadowfax utilizing his Thor. So whether or not Thor is a counter to Norse to some degree, or Shadowfax is just really good with Thor in the matchup, or he just knows the Norse mirror and would have won with Odin or Loki nonetheless. Don't know, but definitely Shadowfax has shown that Thor can win this matchup fairly consistently. So we're seeing Suppe here taking this approach of, well, let's just try and see if this works out for him here. I do like the idea. The big advantage that Thor has over Odin in this matchup is simply that he doesn't have to build himself an ox cart for the gold mine in the Archaic Age, which means 1, 2, 3 ox carts out for Rapl and 2 ox carts out for Suppe, which effectively equals around about 80 to 120 resources, I think, maybe, in terms of extra income early. As you can see, look at the difference here in terms of score. We do see that a second Ulfsarks come out here for Suppe, it seems, as Suppe is trying to harass the Ulfsark back, but the town center going to be coming in to get some good damage done as Suppe has to run away. Temple coming up in the middle of the map here for Suppe as well. So we see the relics up the top. The Eye of Ornlu is here. That's definitely a relic you want to be keeping away from Rapl in this game here. Wall up on this position here. An interesting decision. I'm not exactly sure what Suppe wants to try here. Maybe finishing the wall off could be a way to play to prevent Rapl from getting like safe hunt over here easily. But Rapl here is going to be finishing up on this hunt on this gazelle. He's going to be able to advance very, very shortly here, most likely. Temple coming through for Suppe. He's going to be able to advance here as well, going for a relatively delayed Classical Age, considering Suppe's style. He normally likes to advance fast and strong and go kill everyone, but he is simply just doing a very standard 11 Gatherer 4 Dwarf build order here to make everything work. And we do indeed see the walls over here coming up as Suppe wants to prevent all of this hunt from getting grabbed. There's also Crowned Crane at the top side of the map here, as well as a random crocodile that could be that has been prevented here from Rapl grabbing, unless Rapl wants to knock those walls down, which obviously he can do. In terms of the resources invested here, 3 gold, 15 gold, 3 gold, 21 gold for a long thing here. So maybe in total, you're looking at 2163, 65-ish, 64 gold total here after all is said and done. As Rapl going to come over here and start getting some damage from the get-go, as the Skrelling of Suppe going to be retreating back here. Forseti coming through for Suppe as well. He knows how important this is in this matchup. So Forseti is a fantastic pick in this matchup because you get access to the Troll. What makes the Troll so good in the Norse mirror as opposed to every other mirror? Well, Norse does not have a ranged hero, so it's really hard to deal with a mass amount of of trolls coming forward. As we do see Rapl pushing into the main base of Suppe. Going to getting a little bit of damage here. Suppe not reacting just yet. He might actually lose a villager here if he's not careful. The villager does shank back. He's got to be careful to actually pull that one back, really bring the other villagers in to get involved, as he does get into the front of that one there, as the villager going to be making a break for the tower here. One more shot and he gets into that tower, able to survive another day, as the Ulfsark coming back to get even more damage done onto this position. As Suppe's still not paying attention over here, as he has to bring the Ursa back in onto this location. The Valkyrie is going to be searching around looking for some sort of forest fire here. And Suppe, after all is said and done, the troll not doing a whole lot at this point. Probably could have been utilizing bringing that one back into this location, but not happening just yet. As Valkyrie searching around, we will be seeing those villagers happily chopping down a straggler tree there to get away from everything, as the damage does come down onto the Skraeling there for the time being, but it's still going to be left alive here. And if Rapl wants to, and he gets away from the Ursa, which is definitely possible at 4.8 speed, you can actually heal that Skraeling back up and live the dream here for quite a bit. So you see more houses coming up in the middle of the map here for Suppe. He's got a lot of resources in the bank. Rapl, on the other hand, has been macroing quite nicely here. 45 villages. Looking great there. Oh, not 45 villages, 45 pop, 52 pop for Suppe, 49 for Rapl. More houses coming down. He's got raiding cavalry coming out here as well. And as opposed to Suppe, who's making himself a throwing axeman, the Ulfsark, and the raiding cavalry. So a little bit more army quality for Rapl at this stage of the game. But still, I like throwing Ulfsarks into the mix here in the Norse mode. I think that it's something that Norse players can probably start doing a little bit more of, especially on these super high hunt maps. Idea being, instead of making throwing axemen, just make Ulfsark and raiding cavalry here. We do see copper mail coming through as well for Suppe, so his idea here is obviously going to be to try and force a fight with the extra mail upgrades, and hopefully Rapl won't notice and take a fight where he's clearly behind on tech. So we do see some units here getting sniped in the middle of the map as the gold mine now starting to get taken out. So the Dwarves going to be pulling back into the main base here. Houses coming down as well, as the unit's going to be pulling through. We do see that a little bit of a raid coming onto the front here, as one villager does end up going down. Nice raid from Suppe, or counter raid from Suppe, as the throwing axeman going to be able to get kept alive here, as the troll and the rest of that army manages to finish off that raiding cavalry, as it does get taken out as it runs away. Meanwhile, over on this position, the army of Rapl comes forward, finds the villagers here. We see the forest fire getting dropped down. Villagers going to be retreating back here. There are units popping out of the longhouses that could potentially defend over on this position, and we will be seeing now Suppe going for the villager fight, attempting to hold here. More units coming out to try and hold on this position. There's two villagers falling, a Herso falling as well, and Rapl just said, that's enough damage there done. Let's pull back, count our losses, or count our kills, and say happy days. Not going to be overcommitting all too much here. Chasing the villagers down as they're going to be getting sent back into the main base here. Suppe's going to be kicking himself for not coming onto these middle elephant right underneath his army where he could defend everything. As the villagers getting taken down in the main base, he's also got to be kicking himself for not just building the wall over here instead of over here. One is definitely more useful than the other at this point, but potentially that's not what he was expecting. Suppe is now down 5 villagers at this point in the game, but he's up a considerable amount of population here. But the longer this goes on, the longer those villagers are able to give Rapl an advantage here in this game. As Rapl now still searching around, looking for something to take out, as he has managed to distract that army nicely. He can just simply do this ring around the rosy action coming over onto these villagers here to take them out, but Suppe retreats nicely. He's not going to be losing anything here, but he does lose some gather time, as Rapl loses a touch of HP here, but not that big of a deal, as the troll's still sitting on the front here for Suppe. He's going to be attempting to put pressure onto Rapl, as Rappel's now getting himself thundering hooves. That's going to be a huge advantage here, as it looks like Suppe has found his way over here. He's getting caught out of position. This is a very, very nice fight here for Rapl. Suppe cannot be affording to lose his trolls here, as Suppe pushing forward for some reason, trying to get right onto this forest to keep his trolls in a defensive stance here to help him out in this fight. Nice attack here, playing a little bit of the 300 action here as Rapl decides to delete his own longhouse to get in onto this fight, picking off those units. We will be seeing Suppe now retreating back as the army pushing forward here for Suppe. Rapl has got a great surround of some degree onto this troll. He can almost pick it off, especially if that Herso gets in and smacks it. It's got only 12 HP remaining as it will end up falling. More units coming in here for Rapl to get the surround onto this army, and Suppe just has to cut his losses there and say, those are dead. How can I find some other advantage? Is he taking down the houses on the front? Rapl's at 92 population, Suppe's at 74 population. More trolls coming out here for Suppe. He's at 14 favor left at the moment. And he can continue to build those trolls. We do see this longhouse getting taken down as the raiding cavalry coming through with their speed boost here, managing to surround the army. Ulfsark are in on this position. Thrown Axeman will be able to take down the Thrown Axeman of Rapl very, very efficiently as the troll trying to retreat back here, trying to keep itself alive. The Valkyrie getting chased around by those Herso nicely, but it's kind of useless here because Rapl can just keep pulling away, as it does look like Rapl, with the defender's advantage at this moment, still making those raiding cavalry, still making those Valkyrie here, has managed to clean up the vast majority of Suppe's army here, as Rapl has he's in a fantastic position right now. He can drop an armory, go heroic gauge if he so chooses. He's got all the hunt left over here. He can start moving forward to eat the elephant in the middle of the map here. And Suppe has to retreat back. He's still got the trolls. If he can get those trolls out, he could be in a good position. But, I mean, losing 2 trolls means such a big, big weakness for Suppe here. Or maybe he's even lost 3 trolls in this game thus far. He could have 5 trolls and potentially get Hammer Troll here as the next tech instead of another troll coming out. And basically, Rapl's army would never be able to win here, as now Rapl has found the villagers on the elephant. Yet again, going to be able to get a couple more villager kills here. That's going to be gigantic for Rapl in this game. As the ox cart getting taken down, the trolls coming in to try and support, but it will seem like the ox cart not going to be able to quite pick that one off, as the raiding cavalry are going to be moving up into this location, looking for something to take out here, as the villagers over here going to get caught out on this gazelle, as the Raven is just giving so much information here for Rapl to just know where to send his units. Meanwhile, Rapple's also moved into the middle of the map here to grab Hunt, as the villagers here retreating back. We do have Suppe's own raiding cavalry coming in to keep pushing Rapple's back, but the villager differential is now 11, almost 12 villager difference here, as the villager falls, and it's just a solid 11 advantage for Rapl in this fight. It's just an insurmountable amount of economy to come back for Suppe here. So Suppe's going to have to figure out something to do, as the raiding cavalry, they're just taking everything out. And this is the advantage of Freya in this matchup. And Rapl knows this. If he can get any sort of an advantage against the Forseti, he's able to just push out and just do so much damage to the economy of the Forseti users. He picks off so many dwarfs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dwarfs getting taken out. And not only that, the town center here is also targeting down a Valkyrie. So these units are just more than happily sitting underneath the town center, as the army of Suppe pushing forward here. A couple of trolls remaining. And here's the thing. Rapl could just pull his army back and move back and defend against this. He's pulling all the way back into this position, but those Thrown Axemen are going to be able to clean up the old suck relatively fast. Can he send the Herso in to take out the trolls, or the Valkyrie to move around and take out the trolls, is the big question here. It's a lot of tanking that's going to be coming through here for Rapl in this fight, as the Raiders, they're still looking for villagers here in this game as they come up onto this position. They're getting taken out. And Suppe, while he wins this fight to some degree, more Valkyrie are going to be coming out. He doesn't even win the fight. Rapl is now looking at 13, 14. Wait, I don't even know how many villages. Is he up nearly 20 villages here? He's up 19 villages at this point. 19. At 12 minutes and 42 seconds into the game. He's up more than 20 villages at this point. Suppe is just losing villages left, right, and center, ladies and gentlemen. But the trolls are out. 69 population for Suppe here in this game. But he's got no defense for the trolls. He's only got trolls. You need the thing that makes the trolls so good. I mean, it does have some Ulfsark here. The thing that makes the trolls so good is having a front line for them. They do 12 damage a second plus heal themselves up. They do so much damage to everything, and they're doing pierce damage, which is a big boost against pretty much every unit except for the raiding cavalry. Like Ulfsark, 10%. Throw an Axeman, 10%. Ursa, 15%. As the final fight probably coming in here, as Rapl is going to be able to clean up all of those Ulfsark here. Mithril Pressure Plate coming through as a desperate attempt from Suppe. Suppe's at 31 population here, as Suppe in that moment does decide to tap out. And I mean, this game all comes down to Suppe moving in to Rapl's base, getting caught out with his trolls, and never being able to get that ball of an army, that death ball of a troll army, to make things really tough for Rapl here. And Rapl is able to just get the Valkyrie, get the medium raiders, get this upgrade, which is so important. Thundering Hooves, 250 food there only. And you have to remember the favor, while favor is a finite resource for Norse, it is technically free. So what I mean by finite is you can only get however much you can get from fighting. So you can't get more than you can get, as opposed to, say, Zeus, you can get more villagers on the temple to get more favor, or Egyptian can spend more resources to get more monuments to get more favor, or Atlantean can get more town centers to get more favor. Norse has to fight, but the caveat is that Norse's favor is free to some degree. They don't have to waste any villagers to get that in. So while Rapl is short one Valkyrie, he gets those super fast raiding cavalry that allow him to completely dismantle Suppe's economy in this game and claim the dub. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.